Welcome to the podcast Passions of Mind. Hi, I am your host Sejal JT. In this series, we will be talking about mental wellness. So today, our guest is Sonia Prabhakar. She is a counseling psychologist and a certified NLP coach who has spent over a decade helping people regarding their mental wellness. Together, we will explore anxiety. So nowadays, a lot of people are talking about anxiety. Can you please explain it?
Anxiety, in simple terms, is a feeling of unease, worriness. Basically, it is about future. When people cannot understand what will happen in future, they tend to get very anxious about it. So, a lot of people want control in their life, but when they cannot control the situations, they feel anxiety about it. Anxiety is a worringness is a normal a human emotion, but when it gets excessive, it becomes overwhelming, then it gets transferred into anxiety disorder. In anxiety, basically, what if becomes more important, what exactly is happening. So normally people will feel anxious. Suppose like women, most of the women, my husband is today coming late from the office. I don't know, I'm calling him up and he's not responding. I hope he's okay. I hope there is nothing wrong. I hope he hasn't met an accident. Okay, what will I do if something goes wrong with him? What if he dies? Okay, how will I take care of my two children? I don't have that financial stability in my life. How will I give their fees? How will I pay the EMIs of the house, of the car? This is anxiety. So now you understand. This is anxiety here, what she is doing. What if becomes more important than actually what is happening in life. So this is anxiety. Normally, anxiety is of two kinds. One is acute anxiety and one is chronic anxiety. In acute anxiety, it is like situational anxiety, like when you feel anxiety when you are about to go for public speaking or when your exam result is to be announced. So it is very situational based. Once the situation is over, the anxiety is going to be over. But in chronic anxiety, it is repetitive. You'll be continuously thinking about the same thing. And normally, health anxiety, a lot of people have health anxiety. If they have heard about that somebody is having a headache, okay, so after a few days, they got it checked from the doctor. फिर उनको लगता है कि उनका अगर ब्रेन कैंसर वगैरह निकल गया तो अगर मेरे को भी हेडेक हो रहा है तो कहीं मेरे को भी तो ब्रेन कैंसर नहीं है. So they will keep going to the doctor again and again, getting their MRIs done, their tests done, but nothing will come out. Okay, but still they will feel again and again. They'll feel. Rather, they will change the doctors, and they are not going to believe that they are perfectly healthy. So, health anxiety is typical example of chronic anxiety. And anxiety is not only felt in head, it is also felt in body. You know what happens in anxiety? It's your heart is palpitating. You have squeeziness in your stomach, and then again your hands are sweating. There's heaviness or dizziness in your head. So these are the basic signs of anxiety. So if you have these signs, just try to understand what exactly you are feeling, and you can stop it on your own also. Okay? Don't let it go out of your head or even out of your hand.
So ma'am, for our viewers, can you please tell us how to reduce anxiety?
Yes. First, I want viewers to, or anybody who's suffering from anxiety, to understand that anxiety is not weakness, okay? You don't need to be fixed. You just need to understand yourself. Okay, so first is the step, and then whenever you are feeling anxious about something, you know that you're feeling anxious, just change your awareness. Okay, do not engage with that thought. Okay, just change your awareness. Just change wherever you are in a room or in a place. Just try to distract your mind and just think about, okay, what is there in my present environment. I can think about it. Okay, so first step is that. Secondly, okay, you have to learn how to convert your what if into what is happening. okay? Because this picture really gets distorted in your head, and then people start living that reality which is actually not the real. Okay, and whenever you want to be third step is you want to be worried, you really want to worry about something, please schedule a time of your day when you really want to sit down and worry about everything that you want to worry. You really need to schedule, otherwise just focus on the normal your daily routines, so it's going to be very helpful. And you have to, most importantly, you have to understand, let your fears become your adventure. The moment you accept your fear, it's going to get converted into your adventure. This is the kind of mindset that you should be adopting if you want to keep. But don't think that there is something wrong with you. It's perfectly normal. Just do not let it get out of it.
So, ma'am, can you please explain our viewers what exactly is stress?
Stress basically is worry about or the mental tension that is caused by a difficult situation present in our lives. This is stress in simple words, and there are normally three kinds of stress. One stress is good one. I know people will be surprised. This is known as eustress. In eustress, like how can I give you an example? Okay, before we have to submit a project, so this provides us the motivation to work. Rather, eustress provides us motivation to work hard, so to present our best self. So that's why eustress is known as good stress. And another two kinds of stress, that is again acute stress and chronic stress. Acute stress, again, it is based on situations. Once we are facing a difficult situation, like we have to go to principal's office, there will be stress. Oh my God, I don't know what he's going to say. And for working professionals, it's like facing the boss. I don't know why the boss is calling me. What have I done wrong? So that is your stress. You will feel stressed for that time. So this is acute. Once the situation is over, acute stress is removed. But the chronic stress, it is like continuously going on and on and on in your head. If you are out of one situation and still it will continue with another situation. I'll give you an example so that it becomes very, very clear for everybody to understand what exactly stress is. Like, okay, there is a family of 4 people, 2 are children, one is husband and wife. Wife is the homemaker and the husband is the breadwinner. He goes out of the house in the morning and the wife is continuously stressed. For no rhyme or reason, she is stressed that her husband has gone out, her children have gone out to work or study. Okay, she'll be continuously stressed. She will think about all the negative things that can go wrong with her. She'll always live her life in gloom and doom. This is a stress. For no rhyme or reason, when a person is anxious and stressed about a situation repeatedly, this is chronic stress.
Okay, ma'am, we got your point, but where exactly the stress is felt?
Normally, people think that stress is just felt in mind, but it is felt in body too. Normally, our body gives us signs where it is felt. Okay, when it's in your head, it is your chronic this is chronic stress. When it's felt in your shoulders, it is like you're burdened with a lot of pressures in life. Maybe you're managing your family, other family, and too much of work pressure also. So in shoulders, it is because of excess pressure of life. And secondly, it is felt in your hands. You are holding on to something that you cannot give up. Okay, so there the stress is felt in hands. It's felt in your lower back when you are very, very stressed about your finances. And lastly, it is felt in your knees. It is felt in knees because you wanted to go in a different way and life took you into a different path altogether. So these are the normal body points where normally people feel stress.
ओके मैम, हमें ये समझ आ गया कि स्ट्रेस क्या है और ये कहाँ कहाँ फील होता है, लेकिन हम इसे अपनी लाइफ से कैसे रिमूव करें?
लाइफ से रिमूव करने के लिए फर्स्ट वी नीड टू रिमूव द स्ट्रेस, वी नीड टू स्पॉट द स्ट्रेस. पहले हमारे को ये देखना पड़ेगा कि हमारे को किस अपनी लाइफ की सिचुएशन से स्ट्रेस आ रहा है. उसके बाद ये देखना पड़ेगा कि हमारे को कौन सी बॉडी पार्ट में फील हो रहा है. थर्डली वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट माइंड कंट्रोल इज इम्पॉसिबल. वी हैव टू जस्ट लर्न हाउ टू कंट्रोल आवर अवेयरनेस. Okay, and the fourth is that I can teach you a stress meter. So whatever worries are there of yours, so you can just make from 0 to 10. 5 point is the middle one. So any worry, just give the number to your worries. Anything between 5, less than 5, you can easily tackle. See, anything more than 5, 6 to 10. So for that you really need to use your sources and resources to remove that. And NLP techniques are very, very good to remove your stress. And lastly, to quickly remove your stress, I'm going to give you a very quick and very easy tip. You can do it anywhere that you feel like. Just take your hand and clench your fist very, very tightly. Do it with me. Okay, clench your fist very, very tightly. Now close your eyes and now open it. Very, very slowly open it. See, you will already feel that your mind is slightly relaxed because the neural tension in your mind eases away with exercise. So you can do it 2-3 times and then your stress is going to be relieved. Just open it. Slowly. This is you need to clench it very tightly. Clench your fist very tightly. Close your eyes and open it very, very slowly. See, I already felt that. Okay, one thing more I would like to share with our viewers. Stress doesn't mean that you are broken. It is a sign that you need support. Stress is a silent killer, so stop ignoring it.
So, ma'am, lot of people are confused between sadness and depression. Is it same or different?
Depression normally is a state of endless sadness, loneliness, disinterest, and feeling emptiness inside. These kind of people, they are not able to engage in normal work. Like they cannot get out of the bed and go off to work. They cannot maintain any kind of relationships. They are just curled up in their room and just sitting quietly. They're not feeling anything. Deepika Padukone was the first celebrity to talk about it, and she explained it beautifully. She said, everything in my life was going right. My movies were doing good. I had a good personal life. At that point of my time, I had a loving person in my life also. So it wasn't a problem. Nothing was a problem there, you see. This is the typical case of depression. People feel depressed for no reason at all. On the physical level, if we try to understand, we have quite a few neurotransmitters in our body, like serotonin and dopamine. When these neurotransmitters, they go dry, they run dry, they cannot produce enough juice. So these are the two neurotransmitters that produce the juice that helps us to engage with the world. So when the juices dry up, we are totally unable to engage with the world. And on the physical level, a person feels just total emptiness, doesn't know how to react. He's neither happy nor sad, nothing. It's just completely empty. Emptiness is there. That's all. So basically, depression is nothing but total emptiness for no reason at all.
So, ma'am, how can we overcome depression?
See, here neuro-linguistic programming comes in. So we have very fascinating and amazing techniques in neuro-linguistic programming to overcome depression. People who are under depression, I would suggest that they do take this therapy. from anybody who's doing it, because medication is not an answer. This is what I feel, because here in NLP techniques we make mind so powerful that it will start engaging with the real world. So you really don't need so much of medication. Now I would like to give a little message to our viewers. You are not broken. People who are depressed, they are not broken. They just need to be loved and helped. You deserve support, even if you cannot explain why you're struggling.
Most people complain about overthinking. So, ma'am, can you please throw some light on it?
Overthinking is basically unfocused mind. In this state, the mind cannot focus on one thing. It rather becomes like a monkey. It keeps on jumping from one branch to another branch. Here, people who do overthinking, they just keep going round and round in circles and cannot reach anywhere. Okay, but we say that overthinking is a personality trait. No, it's not a personality trait. People say that overthinking is a personality trait, but it is not. It is just a survival pattern. People who do overthinking, they feel that they can think about any scenario of every situation so that it will help to prepare them. No, it doesn't help to prepare. Rather, it keeps people stuck in the loop. Some people think that if they think about all the things and scenarios that could go wrong, then they'll be in control of every situation in life, not realizing that overthinking is not helping you prepare, it is keeping you stuck in such a scenario. Your brain is addicted to control, that's why you cannot relax. Another main reason of overthinking is that we all are living in the digital age. Here we are bombarded with so much of information that we do not leave our mind free even for a little bit of time. When we are at work, we are obviously using our mind. When we are eating, we are watching TV. When we are even exercising, we are listening to music. So where is the time for the mind to relax? Okay, if we are free, we are scrolling the reels. As a result of all this, the mind goes into overdrive and it does not know how to shut down. Here people are very, very scared in the sense that what will happen if I shut my mind down? No, your mind really needs the relaxed time. It really needs to restore your memory to work and process information that you have gathered during the day. That's a reason why when people wake up, they feel very, very unrefreshed. They are not fresh and they keep telling, I have quite a few clients who keep telling, ma'am, even when I'm sleeping, it's that my mind is working. So in this case, NLP techniques are a very good method to put your mind at ease.
Thank you, ma'am, for your thoughts. And thank you, viewers, for staying tuned till the last of the video. Subscribe us for more such content.